Hi, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Robert Anderson, and it is my pleasure to be joined tonight by my lovely wife Angela, who has agreed to help me with this interview. And tonight I will be interviewing her on something that is near and dear to our hearts, 5P minus or Cri du chat. Our son Robert was diagnosed with Cri du chat when he was about a year old in Germany, and that's how we come to find out and deal with Cri du chat. With that being said, I'd like to turn to my wife and have her tell us a little bit about Cri du chat characteristics.
Some of the characteristics of Cri du chat syndrome: cognitive delays, fine motor delays, speech and language delays, sleep disorder, and behavior issues. Some of the more physical characteristics is a cry that is high-pitched, like a cat cry, low birth weight, failure to thrive, poor muscle tone, wide set eyes, small head.
Okay, great. Those are some characteristics of Cri du chat. Now, could you tell us a little bit about the diagnosis and treatment of Cri du chat?
Cri du chat syndrome is a genetic disorder that's diagnosed by blood test, and it could be you could be a carrier for Cri du chat, or which in our case you don't have to be a carrier. They're not sure what happens, why the chromosome gets deleted, or what causes it.
All right. Now, with that being said, would you like to talk about some development and challenges with Cri du chat?
Some of the development and challenges with Cri du chat: gross and fine motor skills, expressive speech, and receptive. Some of the kids use communication devices, sign language. Most of the kids have a normal life expectancy. A lot of them have sleep issues well into adulthood. Some of them have visual problems. Most of the kids do not potty train. Some of the behaviors that develop would be hitting, self-biting, picking at their skin, banging their head, things of that nature. And a lot of that is from the frustration of not being able to do things or to communicate.
So, what are some things that Robert likes to do to help him deal with?
Robert loves a dog.
Dog tag chain?
Dog tag chain. And he just sits there and he'll dangle it, and I don't know what he can see, but it just soothes him, and he'll just sit there and be content with doing it. And he also has a dime, and I'll let Dad show you a dime as his fidget and what he loves to do with the dime.
Yeah, basically he'll put a dime on his thumb, and he'll just sit there with his finger and he calls it polishing it, and he'll just sit there and polish it and just watch himself just polish that dime is what he calls it. So and what would you call it? That's a sensory thing?
Yeah, it's they're seeking some type of sensory input, and it's just something about it that helps soothe them. A lot of us some of us have the little, what do you call the things that you squeeze?
Little stress balls?
Stress balls. Or some of us, we don't realize we do it, but we just chew the insides of our mouth. Just things that soothes you. And that's basically what that is for him. And some of the treatments for Cri du chat would be physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, hippotherapy, aquatic therapy, music therapy. But as far as medical or medicines, there is nothing, no cure for Cree-de-Shaw syndrome.
Right. Okay, great. Just to sum up a little bit, we talked about Cree-de-Shaw. We talked about the characteristics, diagnosis, and treatment of Cree-de-Shaw. We also talked about development and challenges, as well as some therapies that can help out with Cree-de-Shaw. So with all those things, that's going to bring us to an end. Remember, you can always Google 5P minus or Cree-de-Shaw and get some more information on it and just learn a little bit about it, some challenges and things that some little guys go through, and girls as well. But thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys have enjoyed our interview, and we'll see you later.